What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma if you're new here, and I'd love to talk about all things Peloton, cycling, and fitness. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I post every single Sunday. Today's video is going to be another new instructor review, and that instructor is Camila Ramón on the cycling bike. I believe she was brought in like 1 to 2 weeks ago, and she is the first Latina American instructor that's going to teach in part Spanish, part English. So right now she has around 25 classes out, and it actually seems pretty balanced where half the classes are in Spanish, half the classes are in English. I don't speak Spanish, so I will not be taking her Spanish rides, which is a little sad because her premiere ride is in Spanish. I thought about taking it and seeing if I could understand it a little bit. I took Spanish in high school, but then I was just like, I don't think that I can. So I will be taking a couple of her English rides, giving my thoughts. It seems like she is the life of the party based on all of the promotional content that Peloton came out with revolving her. So I'm really excited. Her classes look a lot of fun, will be heavily Latinx inspired. I think that it will just be a really good time. And I also read a bunch of interviews that she did and looked at her LinkedIn because that's where you find the real information, because I wanted to give you guys a slight overview of who she is, where she came from, and then how she fits into Peloton now. I have done deep dives on instructors in the past, and that's way easier to do when it is an instructor that's been out for a while, because then they've done a bunch of content with different magazines and promoting content themselves. So there's just a lot more information about them out there. There's not a ton about her right now, but I think it still paints a pretty good picture of who she is, what her values are, and what she's going to bring to Peloton. So Camila Ramón was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and then her and her parents are immigrants. They came to Miami where she grew up, and it seems like she was always very, very heavily inspired by her Latino roots, because she went to college at Florida International University and studied communication and international relations. And after that, she worked in public relations, representing global businesses in Latin America and the Caribbean. Also, while she was in college, it says on her LinkedIn that she was a real estate assistant, which is just crazy and shows how much drive she has. I can't imagine having a job that seems kind of serious. I'm sure that being a real estate assistant has a lot of responsibilities while also going through college. That's hard. But you can see during college and after college, she was always interested in fitness and kind of had some side hustles related to fitness and wellness. She was a spokesperson for Vita Coco, which is a coconut water brand, and she was also a spokesmodel for Vital Pharmaceuticals, which also seems to be a health and wellness pharmaceuticals company. So I thought that was interesting. And then it looks like she quit her day-to-day job of being a PR person in 2017, and then she came to Los Angeles and became a flywheel instructor, and she was a flywheel instructor for around 2.5 years. And if you don't know what flywheel is, it is a boutique cycling fitness studio. So she definitely has a lot of experience giving boutique cycling fitness classes, and Flywheel doesn't have as many metrics as Peloton, but it does have some. So I think that her classes from Flywheel and her experience there will translate very well to Peloton. I think she'll be very, very comfortable on the bike straight from the beginning, which is always very exciting. That's pretty much it. There's not a ton more information about her, but it does seem like she's always been interested in fitness. She says in a lot of interviews that she's going to be talking about her experiences of being an immigrant and kind of being an immigrant still, and how that affects her on the day-to-day. So I think that that could be very interesting and unique content for Peloton. It seems definitely the Latinx community seems very, very excited about having a Spanish-speaking instructor teach classes in Spanish. I do believe there's other Peloton instructors that speak Spanish, but they only teach classes in English. So I think that Camila was a really, really great instructor for Peloton to kind of scoop up. I'd really be interested, did she get recruited from Flywheel? Did she apply to Peloton? I'd love to know all the tea there, but I think we will never get that. But I'm very excited to take some of her classes. So I thought that I would just take a bunch of her classes that are out in English. I think there are 9 different classes I want to take. Obviously, I'm not going to take them all today, but it is quite a wide range. She's been teaching everything from low impact to hidden hills to HIIT to intervals and arms, and I'm excited just to kind of get a overview of how she teaches her classes. So her first English ride ever is a 20-minute Latinx Heritage Month celebration ride by Camila Ramón from October 8th, 2021. And then after that, I'll be taking a 30-minute pop ride by Camila Ramón from October 16th, 2021. And after that, I'm going to be taking a 20-minute 2000s ride by Camila Ramón from October 16th, 2021. So a little over an hour of cycling today, but I'm very excited. I think that it will be awesome to just get right on into this instructor and take a ton by her. And a lot of her music choices lean towards Latinx music, and that's totally fine with me. I enjoy it. I think that it will be a really fun time on the bike, and I'm excited to just get right on into it. She really seems like the life of the party, so I think these will be some fun classes. So I will go ride and then give you my thoughts afterwards. I absolutely loved all 3 rides that I took by Camila. I'm very, very excited to continue taking her classes. I feel like she really offers like a unique perspective. She definitely told a lot of stories. So if you do not like hearing about instructor lives, definitely you probably will not like her. But it felt like to me that she was just like one of my girl best friends, like telling me stories. Like she almost felt like a female version of Cody to me, but she's not like as goofy as Cody, in my opinion. It's interesting because I don't think that I'm like the target audience, like, right? They're probably trying to appeal to the Latinx community mostly, but I really, really enjoyed her. So if you're someone like me, I would highly recommend. I will say a lot of out of the saddle work and out of the saddle work at high speeds. So be ready for that. A lot of out of the saddle at 80 to 90 cadence, which isn't my favorite, but I'll forgive her. And I felt like she was pretty middle of the road for difficulty. I do feel like my difficulty ratings have been like skewed slightly because now that I'm doing strength, I'm so much more tired for cardio. Like even today, I didn't do any strength training, but I did strength training yesterday. So I'm like still tired from that yesterday. So my cardio output is just like way lower. So everything feels harder to me and I get a lower output. But I think that she was pretty middle of the road. Like there's definitely instructors that are easier than her, but I feel like there's still instructors that are harder than her. I will say I think the hardest thing about her is the out of the saddle work. Out of the 3 rides, I thought that the pop ride was the hardest, and then the other 2 were a little bit easier. But overall, I thought that today was really great. It'll be interesting to see, like, as she moves forward, what she'll talk about and if her classes will kind of still remain like this. She told a lot of stories about like her childhood, about being Latina, about being an immigrant. I really enjoyed all of her stories. I thought that they were super funny, and I feel like she really is good at like telling a story but like not missing timing cues, which I feel like sometimes are my biggest complaint about other instructors that tell a lot of stories. Like they'll get into a story and then it feels like we've like missed cues and then it's like hard to get back on. I will say she's also a little hectic in her sets. Like it won't be clear exactly what we're doing. And that usually bothers me, but for some reason I liked when she did it. So I don't know if it's just because I really like her personality that I'm like willing to excuse like all the things that I don't like in other instructors about her. But for her, it just like worked. She won't tell you exactly like what the push is until you're into it, which usually I do not like, but I don't know. I really didn't mind it during these classes. So I guess we'll see how the other classes go, but I'm excited. I really like her, and I'm really excited that she was added to the Peloton cycling team. So that's it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow when I take a few more of her rides. It is now the next day, and I've been trying to do strength 4 times a week. So I will be doing strength today, a full 40-minute leg stack. So that's exciting. And then afterwards, I still want to ride and try out more classes by Camila. So I'm going to be doing a 30-minute HIIT ride by Camila Ramón from October 18th, 2021. And then after that, I thought it would be cool to take a 20-minute low impact ride by Camila Ramón from October 24th, 2021. I was going to go completely in order of like when she released them, but she did release like rides between the HIIT ride and the low impact ride. But I thought that today would be a great day to do a low impact ride because I'm going to be tired from strength, but I still want to try out some more of her classes. So I will go do the strength and then I will get into my riding. I enjoyed both of the classes today. I feel like there was like a big difference between these classes and yesterday's classes because all of yesterday's classes were like music rides or like not technical rides, like pop ride, 2000s ride. But today was like, this is like technical classes. So the first ride was a HIIT ride, and I actually thought that it was structured very well. And I was a little worried going into it just because yesterday's rides I liked, but they were a little chaotic, and I do not like a chaotic HIIT ride. But this ride was not chaotic. I thought it was structured very well. My only minor complaint is she wouldn't tell us how many pushes we were doing. I think at the beginning she said there would be 24 pushes in the class, but like in each section, most of the time she did not say like, oh, we're going to do 8 pushes, or if she did, I like completely missed it. So I kind of didn't know like how many more pushes were left a lot of the time, but that's not like the biggest deal. And I thought that it was a really good mix of pushes. Sometimes instructors just do hills or just do speed pushes. And I felt like hers were like a good balance between the two. Like we did hills, we did speed pushes, we did everything. We did a pyramid, just structured well. She had a great attitude. She told a lot of fun stories, but like didn't mess up timings. It was just a good, solid class. A lot of Latin music, just fun. Highly recommend if you like HIIT classes. I think that that one is worth checking out. And then the low impact ride started, and I was a little bit worried because at the beginning it was very, very easy. And I feel like low impact ride is like risky if you're going to get like an actual low impact ride, but it still be hard, or just a low impact ride because it's really, really easy. And at the beginning I was worried that she was falling into the category that it was really easy. And I'm like, okay, I don't need like a 20-minute cool down ride basically. But then probably 5 minutes in, we got into it and I totally ate my words and it started to get hard, even though it was low impact. Never went over 50 resistance and never went over like 80 cadence in the pushes. Like sometimes we did 80 to 100 in recovery, but overall definitely a low impact ride. No out of the saddle work, but definitely was pushing it. Like there were times where my output was over 200, which is pretty high for a low impact ride. I don't know if it beats my all-time favorite low impact ride that I have talked about in my favorite rides video. That's by Hannah Frankson. That ride has a special place in my heart, but I would not be opposed to taking more low impact rides from Camila in the future. I think that they were good, and she definitely structures them in a way that I still enjoy low impact rides and feel like I'm getting like a decent workout without just like totally wrecking my body. And I should really start looking into like more low impact rides, especially as I do more strength classes. It felt like really nice after the strength class to like not do an hour of like super intense cycling. So 2 thumbs up again. It was really nice to kind of see like the different side of her. I definitely enjoy the music rides, like they're fun, and I do take a lot of music rides, but I also appreciate a good like technical ride. So it's awesome that she can do both, and I'm excited to keep taking some more classes from her and see if she has any more sides. And I just love listening to her stories. I think she's such a fun instructor. It is now Monday morning. This weekend, my boyfriend and I did 2 workout classes, so I did no Peloton workouts, but I'm ready to get back at it. But I did do a bunch of strength over the weekend, so today is just going to be a pure cardio riding day, which I'm very excited about. Those are kind of my favorite days. I do enjoy doing strength, but I like riding more. Like riding is what I really, really like about working out. So today is a good day, and I'm going to take 2 more rides by Camila, and I'm very, very excited. The first one is a 45-minute HIIT and hills ride from October 25th, 2021. And I absolutely love HIIT and hills. For a while, it was like my favorite class, and I was taking a ton of them. And then it kind of like fell off. I feel like a lot of instructors weren't making longer HIIT and hills rides. Like I feel like 45 minutes is ideal, and really like Ben Aldis released one that was 60 minutes and that was amazing. So I'm happy that she came out with one. I'm excited to try it out. My favorite kind of class. I'll see if she can live up to the hype. I think she will. And then after that, I'm going to take a 20-minute hip hop ride by Camila from October 23rd, 2021. And this one I expect to be more in line with like the first day of classes I took from her. I think it'll be fun. She'll tell great stories. We'll listen to some hip hop music and then it'll be over. So those are my 2 rides for today, and let's just get right on into riding. That was definitely a workout, a hard workout, probably the hardest cycling I've done in a while. That 45 HIIT and hills ride really kicked my ass. It was good though. It was just like very hard. My cardio has definitely suffered since I started strength, so everything feels harder to me. But wow, I was really huffing and puffing during that, but it was really, really fun. She structured it super well. Like she was very upfront about what the intervals were, what exactly we were looking forward to. And I really, really like that in technical rides specifically. Like she laid out the game plan, knew what to expect. It was very, very hard at the end. I was definitely doing some of the intervals that she meant to do out of the saddle, in the saddle, just because she does a lot of sprinting out of the saddle, like 80 to 90 cadence out of the saddle. And I can do that sometimes, but I can't sustain that forever. So definitely something I should get better at. And if I keep taking her classes, I will. But I still really, really like that ride and would highly, highly recommend. If you like HIIT and hills ride, that one is definitely a super good one. And then the hip hop ride, I was pretty dead for, but it was pretty on par with all of her other music rides. You know, she was funny. She had some good stories. It was still a good class where you pushed yourself. Obviously not as hard as like the fitness forward, fitness first, I don't know what they call them, rides that I did, the HIIT and hills ride and the other rides that I had done that were just like HIIT rides by her. Those are definitely harder. So if you want like an easier ride, a more chill ride just to like check her out, definitely recommend her music rides. But overall, today was a super good workout. I still really, really like her. I think there's 2 more rides I want to try with her, but so far, so good. I definitely see her being one of my favorite instructors going forward. Like I'm very, very happy. And I also really, really love Bradley Rose, and he was like the last English speaking instructor added. So, you know, Peloton's been killing the game lately, but today, 10 out of 10. Really, really love that HIIT and hills ride. It is now Tuesday and I'm getting back into the strength today, so I will be riding a little bit less. Today is arms day. I used to do leg day, arm day, rest day, but somebody commented on my last video to try arm day, leg day, rest day. And I think that that will benefit me a lot because after I do leg day, my legs are just totally dead the next day. So we'll see. Hopefully this helps. Arm day is usually not that bad, so that will be nice. And then afterwards, I'm just going to jump on the bike and take a quick ride, a 30-minute EDM ride by Camila Ramón from October 19th, 2021. And there's only one more class I want to take after today's class, which is an intervals and arms rides by Camila, but I don't want to take an intervals and arms ride after I've done arms day. So I'll save that for tomorrow. But I don't expect this ride to be like anything super different, but I do really like EDM music. So I am excited. I think it'll be a fun ride, and let's just get right on into this workout. That EDM class was basically just a HIIT class disguised as an EDM class. I thought that it was easily the hardest out of all of her music rides. I find it interesting because so far I found like the 30-minute music rides to be significantly harder than the 20-minute music ride she puts out, which I don't know if that's like a conspiracy, longer ride is harder just in general or what. Basically the whole time was 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off with like not that much recovery. And for the first like 25 minutes, it was all speed pushes essentially, and a lot of really fast out of the saddle, which she is known for. So I expected it, but I thought that there would be some more hills earlier. There were hills at the end, but for the most part, we were going fast. But the music was good. The vibes are good. Probably not my favorite class. just because I would prefer some more hills mixed in, and I was kind of more prepared for a chill ride, but then this one we really got at it. So that is all for today, and I'm excited to take my last class with her tomorrow before giving my final review, but you can obviously tell it's going to be very positive. It is now the next day, and today is leg day, so I have 40 minutes of leg strength to look forward to, but after that I'm going to be taking my last Camila Ramón ride in this video, and it is a 30-minute intervals and arms ride from October 23rd, 2021. If you watch my channel, you know I am not the biggest fan of intervals and arms. I just don't like arms in cycling in general. I pretty much always think that the arms workout is not that good, and then you're also sacrificing a cycling workout. I do like Hannah Marie Corbin's arms, but besides that, I haven't found really anyone else that I really vibe with. So we'll see if Camila can, rise to the occasion, and I'll see if I like this ride. Definitely out of all of her rides, this one has the most potential for me not to like it. So that is all I'm going to do today, and I'll see you after I'm done with my workout. First off, this is off topic of the video, but I did the November 1st leg stack today from Hardcore on the Floor, and it was amazing. I really, really liked both of the leg classes. But moving on to the Camila ride, I thought it was good for an arms and intervals ride. I am just not one of those people that will hop on the bike and be like, let me take an arms and intervals ride today. So I know realistically, I will never take it again, but I definitely didn't hate it while I was doing it. I thought the interval sections were really good. We did some speed work. We did some hill work. She threw in a little Tabata section, which I know is controversial, but I'm okay with Tabata as long as it's fairly short. And then we pretty much got on out of there. And the arm sections, didn't think they were like amazing, groundbreaking, but I kind of felt a burn during them a little bit. I just feel like, what can you really do in like 3 to 4 minutes? Like, it's very hard to kind of feel it taking effect in that short amount of time. So I thought she did good, but just overall, I don't think that I would take another intervals and arms class from her again, but I wouldn't really take an intervals and arms class from anyone unless if I was making a video about it. So if you like intervals and arms, I definitely think check it out. There's intervals, there's arms, really no complaint. Music is good, her personality is great, and it was a fun ride. So those are all of the rides I'm going to be taking by Camila for this video. She is definitely one of my favorite instructors just based off the couple of rides I've taken from her so far. I really enjoy her attitude, her music choice, her pushes. I just feel like she structures her rides very, very well, which is interesting because on the first day I thought they were a little bit chaotic, but I think she was just getting into the groove. And it seems like going forward, a lot of her rides will be very, very structured. I really love very structured rides. I'm very happy. And I think it's awesome that she also teaches classes in Spanish. Obviously, I can't enjoy those, but I imagine there's a lot of people that can. If you've taken her Spanish rides, definitely let me know if they are similar to the English rides. I'm guessing that they are. It's cool that Peloton's really reaching out and trying to make themselves a more global brand and to reach new customers. So that is it for this video. If you've taken Camila rides, let me know what you think and who else you really like. I don't know if she outplaces Ben. Ben has a special place in my heart, but Camila is really close. I really do enjoy her. I think she is my favorite woman cycling instructor though. I really, really have enjoyed this week of classes. I hope you guys are staying safe, having an awesome week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!